The content on this channel is for informational and educational purposes only. Please contact your financial advisor for any financial questions you may have concerning your investments. Well, the merch is coming along nicely. We have t-shirts and we're going to be having more cups pretty soon and letting you guys know where you can get them. We'll start putting this on the bottom of the page. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get into setting up the workspace for the Thinkorswim trading app. We're going to continue this journey of becoming more financially literate in the underserved community, which is what we live in here in the United States. We've just simply got to get more investors of color so we can begin to reverse the problems, even if we didn't start the problems. We need to rely on ourselves, self-determination, and cooperative economics. That's the name of the game. First and foremost, we're going to go ahead and open up Thinkorswim and allow it to do its loading thing. Now, again, Charles Schwab took over from TD Ameritrade, changed the color from green to blue, and that's where we're at now. Make sure, as we're doing these tutorials, that you always select paper money. This is the equivalent to monopoly money when we're doing our tutorials. You don't want to go into live trading if you've already set up your account because that's dealing with real money. But feel free to go ahead and create your account, fund your account, just in case you learn something here that you want to try to put out in the real world. But for the purposes of our tutorials, we're going to go here, and then you're going to go ahead and enter in your login ID. Enter in your password. And again, wait for it to load. Now, because I've already started the session before, the menu that comes up or should have come up isn't here. To find the wizard so that you can get to the correct futures menu that we're starting from, you're going to go over to Setup and select Open Startup Wizard. Once there, we're going to select the Futures Workspace and hit Next. Small, use system format. Let's go to a larger size. I'm old. And hit Next. And get started. And what you're going to end up with is something that looks like this. These are going to be your beginning points for all the trading micro e-minis that you're going to be using. Now, by default, you're going to come up with the 4 major micro e-mini contracts that are out there. And that's the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the Russell 2000. You're also going to have the gold and light crude e-mini contract section out there, just in case you want to dabble in those kind of commodities as well. But these are the basic ones that we're going to be starting here with and going further with our trading. Now, initially, I wasn't going to address a comment that we get in, but I think it's time we addressed it. A lot of times behind the scenes, just saying the word black in any context brings out the worst in people, brings out these quasi little statements that, I see, but I don't usually respond to it because you're allowed to think whatever you want to think. However, in this heightened political climate we're in right now, this very racially charged climate we're in right now, you have to not shy away from those kind of snide and maybe ill-informed comments or triggering things that someone took the time out of their day to pop in on a question. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. I named this channel initially Black Investments Matter. And why? Because it is our investments in our community that is lacking. There's a specific problem within the African American community when it comes to advancing any kind of financial goal, creating our own businesses. This is all the principles of Ujamaa and Kwanzaa, when we're talking about self-determination, cooperative economics, we're trying to build up from within. So we're not looking outside of the community to help our problems, right? What's wrong with that? Well, I don't think people have a problem with the investment part. They have a problem with the black part, and I'm going to explain why. I got a comment, and he once again mentioned, this isn't the first time it happened. All investments matter. Okay, yeah, but all investments don't have the specific obstacles that we have. Obstacles like education, obstacles like access to capital, obstacles like how to. I'm specifically going after people like myself to give the information that I have so that we can do better. This is not to say, and if you interpreted this any other way, then it's a problem with you. Saying black investments matter does not and has not and cannot mean that no other investment from any other demographic doesn't. That's just you and your mindset. Until someone other than a black person can specifically go after where the problem is, like it is here, it's an identifiable problem. African Americans are the lowest paid by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. We don't earn as much. We have the highest unemployment rate, period, no matter what the economic indicators are, whether they're good or bad. First fired, last hired. In those kind of situations, you're already at a disadvantage. Now, add to that the discrepancies when it comes to lending. You're not going to lend money if you're a bank to somebody you consider a risk. Some of the risk adverse individuals looking for loans just happen to be in the African American community. What we're attempting to do here is to bring attention to that, but also educate our own so that they can make it on their own. Any problem with that? Now, as to who always makes that distinction, I'm going to share with you what my viewership looks like. No one else has a problem with Black Investments Matter. In fact, the Filipino people, the Thai people, they're looking at this channel far more than even people within the US. They don't have any problem with me saying Black Investments Matter. Why do you? They have more viewership in the last 6 months than my US, Canadian, Jamaican, Nigerian, Ghanaian. More viewership, more impressions. The message is resonating so much further beyond my community than any other community in the US, and they're doing it by themselves. They have more people viewing this channel from overseas than the next two groups combined. And they don't have a problem with it. So ask yourself, why do you? Let me talk to you later. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.